against Memphis after snatching defeat from the jaws of victory in Game 3. Let's go to Game 4. Anthony Edwards. Boy, you want to talk about a hush in the gym, in the arena right here when that happened right there. Non-contact injury. Had to leave. Left the locker room, and everybody's like, oh, no, we're doomed. Well, he came back out with whatever that was on his knee, and then he did Anthony Edwards things. I'm all right. The kids are all right. He had 7 in the first half, finished with 24. The Timberwolves up 5 after the break. Let's go to second quarter. Minnesota went on a 17-1 run, opened up a 15-point lead. Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, quack. Morant, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane from TCU. 21 points, 6 of 7 from 3 in the first half. Finished with a game-high 34. He's something else. Morant had 8 assists in the first half. But what about shooting the ball? Morant 1 for 4 in the first half. We had some foul trouble. The Grizz down 4. We go to the third quarter, and then we move ahead to the fourth quarter. Morant, remember, he averaged 27 during the regular season. There's some moves that make him, you'll buy a ticket to watch. Grizzlies down 1 after the old-fashioned 3. Karl Anthony Towns, 33 points after the no-show in Game 3. That's his dad right there, and that's Morant's dad next to him, and they've got some sort of bet going. Whoever wins the series, the one dad has to wear the other kid's jersey or something like that. Morant, 15 assists. Brooks hits it right there. Grizz down 3. D'Angelo Russell. Paint my wagon. Timberwolves up 7. Then Morant on the break. You see the I Love Pat Bev shirts right there. Those are great. 11 points, just 4 of 13 shooting. It's a 3-point game. Just over 15 seconds left. Edwards misses. Morant on the break again, finds Tyus Jones. We're going to overtime. No, we're not. Karl Anthony Towns made some big free throws late. Finished with 33 and 14. This series is even, 2 games apiece. 119-118, T-Wolves.
This win guarantees one more game in Minnesota. What does this do for the series for you guys?
Like I said, they got a good home record, but we do too. So we get to go to their house next game, and then they still got to come back here to our house. So we ready. We ready for this moment. I think no one thought we was ready for this. We came out with the right mentality, and we come out with this mentality, we can't be beat.
All right, how about this? No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit to win an NBA playoff series. So Raptors, I wish you luck. Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year, the third Raptor to ever receive that award. He's like, hey, maybe I can will this team to change history. Game 4, let's go. Joel Embiid, he's playing with a bad right thumb. He suffered that injury back in Game 3. Gave him problems all game long. 1 point, 0 for 5 shooting, and 2 turnovers in the first. Yeah, that hurts. The bad start also translates to defense because Thaddeus Young being guarded by Embiid. Embiid can't handle any of that. Watch Young with a step back in your face. Big blow for the Raptors in the second quarter, though. Fred VanVleet going up to contest a Danny Green shot, and you see him limping in clear pain. He's so frustrated. He's like, I'm taking this thing off. I don't need it. When returned to the game, he left with a left hip strain. Now to the third, Raptors up 3. More bad D from Philly. James Harden giving the ball away. Gary Trent Jr., thank you very much. He finished with 24. Those two were pretty. Joel trying to get things going. I got the bad thumb. He said, yeah, in basketball you need that thumb, but you don't care. The crossover, the step back. He'd finished with 20 points, 7 of 11.
Favored to win it all. Well, a loss Saturday, and they are 1 punch away from being KO'd in the first round. Let's go to Brooklyn. Boston held serve at home. Remember, Game 2 of this series saw just 1 lead change in 48 minutes. There's 2 of your principals right there, Durant and Tatum. Durant, the 3. Took just 5 shots in the first half, though. Tatum, he can answer with a 3. Open over Drummond. He had 12 in the first quarter. Boston up 1. Kyrie Irving, he had 8 in the first quarter. He had just 10 total in Game 2. Nets back up by 1. And then Tatum. Watch. Oh, let me put some moves on you, Claxton. 11 lead changes in the first quarter. Boston up 5 after 1. After the first quarter, second quarter. Celtics up 10. Tatum. Robert Williams back in the saddle. Giddy up. Boston up 12. Williams back from injury. Bruce Brown kept the Nets in this game. I mean, coming off that playoff career high 22, In game 2, he had 16 in the first half. He ended up leading Brooklyn with 26. Brown, Irving, Claxton, 9 assists for Irving. Claxton had 13 off the bench, 53-50 Boston at the half. Taters, 13 points in the third quarter, 25 through 3. The youngest player in Celtics playoff history with 25 points and 5 steals in a game. Is Tatum the second coming of Durant? I think it's a fair question. It's one you can't answer yet. They were golden together in the Olympics, 81-72 Boston after 3. Fourth quarter, Irving, 16 points in 43 minutes, 0 of 7 from 3. Durant, 16 points in 46 minutes, just 11 shots. That's his last bucket. There's still 11 minutes to play. Jaylen Brown, step back, Bobby Jack. Celtics up 9. Now, this is out of a Nets timeout. That's inexcusable right there. The bad pass, the steal by Grant Williams to Tatum. 37 points for Boston off 21 net turnovers. Durant lucky he didn't get technical right there. Tatum, part of a 7-0 run. Fans are going, oh, you know what? Yeah, I guess maybe we're not all that. Durant, 6 buckets, 5 turnovers. There's the last of the turnovers. Tatum, coast to coast. Again, he finished with 39. Matt, Ben, Jimmy, Bill, they're all celebrating. Tatum, the man of the match.
My message is nobody plays harder than we do. And, I'm always reminding guys, whoever's on the floor, guys coming off the bench, that's what I want people to think about us, that we're the hardest playing team in the league.
I'm not worried about what KD is thinking. I'm worried about what we're thinking, and our job is to, make him guess a little bit. Our job is to make it tough, but, Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. And we had some shots go in and out. Fortunately, he missed some shots, and he's had a hard time getting it going. We want to keep it that way.
Tatum, elite, both ends of the floor. Not only does Tatum lead all players from both teams in points and assists, but he's holding Durant to 3 for 15 shooting. It's the primary defender, 20%. Tatum also leading the entire playoff field in deflections per game. Here's Durant on line 3.
I try to figure out how I can be the best version of myself, and also not getting in my teammates' way, Sometimes I think too much about it. Sometimes I just need to go out there and just no thoughts in my head and just play.
I don't want to be too cliche, but I don't have a lot of answers for how you make up time, from October until now when, usually teams would be gelling and things would be feeling good. You could put it on me in terms of playing better, controlling the game better, controlling our possessions.
That's a game, man. Yeah.
Nets got a lot of work if they want to force a game 7. Durant, number 7. Nets 10-33 against the spread at home this season. They're within striking distance in the fourth quarter of games 2 and 3. Durant and Irving have struggled, though, when they need the most. Durant only the 1 shot the full 12 minutes of Saturday's fourth quarter, tied for the fewest attempts in a fourth quarter of his career when playing the full 12 minutes.
All right, Donovan Mitchell and his Jazz down 2-1 to the Mavs, and they get a little bit scary because Luka Doncic back in action. He suffered a calf injury 13 days ago, feeling fresh, ready to go. Proof? Right here. Give me space, give me time, bury a jumper. Game's tied at 90. He's like, easy. Quieting that Jazz crowd. Just about a minute and a half left. Jazz down 1. Donovan Mitchell coming through off the glass. All right, there's the noise from that Jazz crowd. They're up 1. Ensuing Mavs possession. Doncic. He leads the Mavs in points, rebounds, assists, pretty much everything. They say no one likes you when you're 23. Mark Cuban sure does. Next Mavs possession, after the Jazz come up empty, it's Doncic to Rudy Gobert in his face. Doesn't care. Doncic hits the 3. The bench and Doncic fired up. Mavs up 4. Here we go. Mike Conley. He finds Mitchell. You there? Sure am. Coming through. Up. And that's Mitchell again, hitting the layup with the foul. The Jazz down 1 after the free throw. Doncic, he's double teamed. So he's like, Dwight Powell, do something with it. Whoop. Well, he gets sat down, heads to the line for 2. He'd missed the first. And in the second, don't think so. Maybe it's the crowd. So Mitchell will then take it down floor. They're not going to use that timeout. Don't need it. Gobert, so good. Gobert throwing it down, and the Jazz take a 1-point lead. Bang! So they have the lead with 11 seconds to play. They're like, we got this thing. So Doncic and the Mavs, one final possession after a timeout. They inbound. Jalen Brunson dishes to Doncic. Obviously, you got to give the ball to him, but he's double teamed. So Spencer Dinwiddie, what are you going to do? Nothing. Couldn't make it happen. Mitchell sure glad, but here's what Doncic thought about that final possession.
We didn't really execute it well. I should have done maybe drive the ball, we should have get a better shot.
We had the opportunity, we just let it slip away. Spencer has, he's made that shot before from Luka, but we got what we wanted. The ball didn't go down for us.
I know Dinwiddie hit that shot in Brooklyn. I knew that Luka was going to look for Dinwiddie, so I was ready to rotate and contest the shot.
When he shot it, I was kind of a little nervous because I've seen him hit those shots. But at the end of the day, shooting over Rudy Gobert is tough, and just making somebody else beat you, and you got the rebound, and that was it.
So we've got a tied series 2-2 after the Jazz win it by 1. Rudy, what do you think about the noise?
The talk. We just try to be the best team we can be. We try to enjoy the moment, and whatever happens, happens. But right now we have an opportunity, and we got to make the most of it.
And you hear it. Whether it's, I don't think him and I sit here and think there's anything, but whether we hear it, and it's good to see that and be able to go out there and do it on the stage like that. We trust each other and we feel each other, and we're out there and continuously making those plays. So it felt good, to be able to do it. And I think he cursed. He's gonna get fined or whatever.
You split that one?
Nah, he got that one. He got that one. But no, it's good. It's also just good to trust. That's all it is.
Well, good thing they trusted, because things were looking bleak in Utah when the Jazz trailed by 4 with just under 40 seconds left. They became the 5th team in the last 10 years to win a playoff game when they were down 4 in the last 40 seconds. Entering the night, teams were 4 and 701 when they